Once upon a time, in a bustling mill at the edge of the forest, 3 young apprentices worked under a grumpy miller. Hans, the youngest and kindest of the 3, was often teased by the others for his gentle nature. One day, the miller announced, "Whoever brings me the finest horse shall inherit the mill." The apprentices set off on their quest, but Hans, with no money or grand plans, lagged behind. As he wandered through the woods, he stumbled upon a shabby house. From the doorway stepped a sleek, golden-furred cat wearing a tiny bonnet. "Where are you off to, Hans?" the cat purred. "I'm looking for the finest horse," Hans replied, "but I haven't a clue where to start." The cat twitched her whiskers. "Help me for 7 years, and I'll give you the finest horse in the land." Though puzzled, Hans agreed. The cat led him inside, where he was treated to a feast of bread, cheese, and honey. For 7 years, Hans swept floors, mended curtains, and fetched firewood. The cat always kept him company, singing little tunes as she supervised. On the last day of the 7th year, the cat approached Hans with a proud gleam in her eyes. "You've been loyal and kind, Hans. It's time for your reward." She took him to a stable behind the house. Inside stood a majestic white stallion, its coat gleaming like moonlight. Hans could hardly believe his eyes. "But first," the cat said, "I must do one last thing." Before Hans could respond, the cat leapt into the air and transformed into a beautiful princess. "A cruel spell trapped me in that form," she explained. "Your kindness set me free." Hans bowed low. "It was my honor, Your Highness." The princess smiled. "Take the horse, return to the mill, and claim your inheritance." Hans rode back proudly. The other apprentices, who had failed miserably, were green with envy. The miller, delighted with Hans' magnificent horse, declared him his heir. But Hans, ever humble, chose to share his fortune with the miller's family and even forgave his former tormentors. As for the princess, she offered Hans a home in her castle. Together, they lived happily, always remembering the power of kindness and patience. Thank you for reading the story with me. Please subscribe Olivia's Storybook Corner for more fantastic stories. Bye-bye.